Guys, so I went over our Inferno demo from last night, the one that went so badly, and I want to talk about playing more passive setups on CT. So I think our aggression is quite good, both at banana and at mid. So I want to talk about different passive setups you can play. And I'm going to talk about 2 on B, and then and then probably 3 on A, because on this map in particular, there's only a couple of ways to get aggressive, but there's a ton of ways to play passive. So actually, I think I'm going to break it into 2 videos. I'm going to have the B site and the A site. So obviously, the aggressive way is molly this, and that'll cover the whole thing off. Then you can double nade in there, and then smoke bottom banana off. There we go. So anyway, that'll get you banana control. Boom. That's how you play aggressive. And if you want to play passive from here, you hold this, or you jump up and hold like this kind of an angle or this kind of an angle, whatever. That's pretty basic. Now, if you want to play puggy, this is how you play passive. You op here, and you have a rifle somewhere in the new box, oranges area. So you have a rifle holding this kind of an angle. Now, that is what we mostly do. The problem is if these get smoked off, then all of a sudden you have a 3v1 on the B site, where there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's maybe like 4 positions you could be. You could be in this, like here, and then this area, and then up here. So there's only 4 spots they need to clear. So if they have 3 guys and they check 3 different spots, you have a 1 in 4 chance of not getting pre-fired. If you just play an opera here, this is great if they're on an eco and they don't have a smoke. But other than that, it's also good to get like a pick and then fall back. It's also a good retake spot because it's real hard to kill you. But if you're actually going to try and hold B, it's better to play in the site, so that like if you want to hold B, you should assume these 2 smokes are going to come in and then play accordingly. So if let's say on a pistol round where we're doing one of our 3B hits, then I want the 3 players to be in 3 of these 4 spots. So the first orange's boost spot, second orange's / new box, dark / pillar / fountain, any of these spots, because these are all basically the same angle, and then boosted flower pots. These are the spots I want you to take, which means CT and coffins are out, because I guess you could play, if you want to do coffins, go on top of the coffins. So that, but you have to start on top of the coffins or else they'll see you jump up. Because then you can get a couple of kills and then fall back to dark area. So that's one gimmicky thing you could do. It plays very similar to being boosted up on the flowers, because you can shoot a couple and then drop down like that and then fall back through the smoke if they see you. So anyway, if you want to hold B, that's how you do it. And you generate a crossfire so that when they cross this angle right here where they see dark, then like dark guy can hide, and if they push up to clear these, then they get shot from here, 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 here. And then eventually they get shot by the flower guy. But anyway, so you want them to be very confused. And then even if they push to here, you can still shoot them. Where if you only have a guy new box, if they get to here, then they can just jiggle you. And that sucks to deal with. Now, the problem with that is then if you do an A hit, it's very hard to rotate. Also, because let's say you do an A hit and someone throws that smoke and then they walk up through here. Then all of a sudden, all the A players need to rotate through con, which adds a couple of seconds to the rotate, and also you can be shot by a B lurker, or if you pushed through. It can also allow an opper to like crouch peek you and then pick y'all off one by one. So the downside about trying to hold the site is that if they just walk in, they can get you. So how you defend against the walk-in is you do exactly the opposite. You play only coffins or CT, or coffins and CT. And that way, if they don't throw any smokes, you can, boom, get a shot off, hide. Coffins, peeks, gets a shot off, hides. CT, and you alternate. And then if they smoke you off, then you just hold the smoke. So they throw this smoke. It's useful to use this little architectural, I don't know what the fuck that's called, thing, as a lineup. So if you go to the left and then down, that's the new box angle. If you look at it and look up a little bit, I actually landed on top of new box, but so I should aim a little higher. No clip's so hard to deal with. Anyway, so if you look at it and then you look up and then run throw, you can molly new box. That's great for post plant. Anyway, if you spam here, you can get it. If you spam grill, you can often get some hits. There is a molly from in here. Do I have it? Here. And that's for the default plant spot. So if you are going to play CT, hold your mollies, so that if they smoke you off, you can at least be annoying. Or if they smoke you off, maybe you throw a molly through the smoke, and then when the molly's fading, you smoke that, and then you can both just hold on the other side of the smoke, and that can be enough. That can be enough to hold the site just with utility if you don't necessarily need the kills. So those are the two different ways to hold B. And one nice thing about being like an out-of-game leader or strat caller is that I can watch both sites at once. So when I was in game, I would either play A or B. So I would call the setup at the beginning of the round for my site, but I needed a secondary caller to call the setup for the other site because I couldn't keep track of both sites at the same time and still focus on my in-game responsibility. So one nice thing about being the coach is I can do that, and I plan on calling the CT setup now that I've set up these terms, such as play to hold or play to delay. So this would be a like hold B setup if everyone's in the site, or it would be a retake, or it would be spot B setup / retake B. It's like playing Ticket Booth on Mirage, because Mirage is the map that everyone plays. It's the new Dust 2 now. What else do I want to talk about? So I'm going to be calling these strats. Now, I plan on making a video where I pick rounds from the demos from last night and show how our disparate setups got us fucked. And then I'll make another video about how to hold A.